Hi, everybody. I'm Linda Cardwell, and I'm here for the Asphodel-Norwood International Women's Day. And I'm here with Laurie Inglis, who's working on our Hospice Norwood project. How are you, Laurie?
I'm good, Linda. Thanks for having me.
It's really great to have you, Laurie. I wanted to reach out to you because I don't know if a lot of people understand what Hospice Norwood has been doing and where the project is and all of that kind of thing. And I thought, given that it's Women's Day, let's see what we can do. So tell us about Hospice Norwood and where we're sitting and what the project has entailed so far.
Okay, so our goal is to establish a two-bed rural hospice in our community. It will serve Asphodel-Norwood and surrounding communities too.
Nice.
And our strategy is to work with Hospice Peterborough so that we are utilizing a lot of their talent and bringing them into they do have a hospice right now. So they have a lot of talent there. So we're hoping to start running programs, etc. So just backing up a bit, as you probably know, a house was donated by the Stewart family for our use. And it's a beautiful old century home. And what we've done is we've totally renovated the home. It's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it's just unbelievable. We gutted it and we put in, everything pretty much new, from, the new bathroom upstairs, all new drywall, insulation. We had the hardwood floors all refinished.
Oh,
anyway,
wow.
It is gorgeous. And the plan is to build an addition on the back, which will actually house the two beds, the hospice beds. So we do need funding for that.
Yeah.
But to date, we've got a lot of money, and unfortunately COVID has put us on a temporary pause. But
yeah.
It's been a lot of work, but we've made some headway.
Boy, COVID has really put so many things on the back burner. Has it really affected the fundraising, Laurie?
Yes, definitely. All of our face-to-face events pretty much have been canceled. We've been very fortunate once again with our community, amazing community. We had the Havelock Tim Horton Donuts ask us if we wanted to help them with their they helped us really with the cookie campaign this year, the Smile Cookie campaign. We raised $9,600 doing that.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And one of our members, Jan Darling, is the craftiest person I know.
Oh, she's fantastic.
So she's constantly crafting and putting things online and selling them. And she has friends that are doing the same. And that is truly amazing. I actually made masks. I'm a quilter, so I have all this material in my basement. So I made masks and we sold them at Service Ontario.
I have some of your masks and they're fantastic.
So we sold them. We've made over $4,000 just in mask sales. So, we've had some small fundraisers that have been, and we did a Christmas letter. We sent out a Christmas letter just because our fundraising has been so limited this year. We sent out a plea for money at Christmas and that has raised some money. And of course, we still get in memory donations all the time. So some of that is still coming in, but all of our big events were canceled.
So this is going to be quite a thing servicing our area, isn't it? And I don't think that I even understood how much it's going to service the people in our community. And how, from your perspective, how is this going to help our residents? And in particular, seeing that it's Women's Day, how is it going to help the women in our area?
So it will help the entire community. One of the things it will do is it will allow a family to come together when someone is dying and be with their loved one. They will be able to live in the house that I was talking about that has been totally renovated. It has 3 beautiful bedrooms, so they can actually live there. They can cook there. They can live with their with their loved one that's dying. And it will allow, it's an alternative to hospital. If someone
Yes.
doesn't need hospital care, but often what happens when someone's in their last stages of life, they need care. They need some
Yes.
kind of nursing intervention and support and love, you know. And so it's too much for a caregiver at home to do all by themselves. So a hospice provides that support, provides that care. And so it will really help anybody in the community going through that. It also will save someone like having to drive to Peterborough to the hospice there. So if you have a farm here, you know, or a house here, and you have someone dying, you'll be closer to them. But we will accept people from everywhere.
Yes, and it's wonderful. And a lot of times the main caregiver for our loved ones tends to be the wife, the mother, the daughter, not exclusively by any means, but it tends to be the woman of the house that takes care of arranging everything and organizing everything and keeping on top of everything. So this would be a really good way to give them a little bit of help and support and rest. Is that correct?
Exactly. It allows them to be the wife, to be the daughter, you know, so that they can focus just on loving their loved one and not have to worry about all the other things that, you know, are occurring in terms of caregiving. So that's absolutely right. And, you know, I have to say that this whole idea was, there were a group of us, little IODE, our little IODE group. We kind of sat down one day, and it was 4 ladies that decided that this is what we really need in Norwood.
And who's on the committee?
So we have Jan Darling, who I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Rose Millett, Brenda Webb, Glenda Johnson, and Doug Piercy.
What a great bunch.
And me. Yeah,
what a great bunch.
It's a wonderful team. And I have to say, our ladies, you know, because we're speaking about women today, they bring so many talents to the table. And we are so fortunate because we just support each other all the time. So if one of us is maybe getting a little bit frustrated with one of the projects that we're working on, you know, the other will be right there behind us and supporting us and saying, you know, we can do it. Giving us encouragement to move forward. So it's been a wonderful experience for me. I mean, we started this in 2016. I had worked with all these ladies before, but really working hard with them since 2016 on the hospice initiative. And it's been, I mean, Rose, Jan, and Brenda, for instance, can organize an event, and they just tell Doug and I where to be and what to do. And I mean, usually our events are so successful. They're amazing organizers, and they're very creative people. I just love working with them, you know. And I mean, Brenda's our treasure. Go ahead, sorry.
That's a marvelous. I hear your dog in the background, eh? These are our companions that we have at home that keep us all sane during this time, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
So I think it's so wonderful what you were saying there about how together as women, you know, we can lift each other up, we can have each other's backs in big projects and in little circumstances. And when somebody isn't making things, you know, not quite getting there or not feeling great, you know, somebody's there to support them in big ways. I think
exactly.
That's a marvelous thing.
Yeah, I have become the liaison with our government friends who will be hopefully providing us with the funding to move forward, so that we can, you know, become operational. Once again, all this has been put on hold because of COVID, but you know, sometimes I get off the phone and I'm just like, oh no, and you know, I'll send out a little email and everybody will be just patting me on the back and, you know, telling me what a great job I've done. And I must say it means the world to me to be appreciated for the things I do.
I am so thrilled to hear that. This is a wonderful project, Laurie. And I think we forget to celebrate the fact that women, especially in fundraising scenarios, they seem to always be the point people or take the lead, or they're the support network that allows these projects for our communities to be successful and to move forward.
Mhm.
Yeah, and this is a prime example, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a really good example. And, you know, we have, as I said, we have done a lot of work. There's still a lot of work to do, but we're very committed. And that's the other thing I admire about this team. The other thing, Glenda Johnson has just joined our director team, well, just probably over a year ago, but because of COVID, here again, we haven't even had meetings. And she brings a whole new perspective because she owned a small business in the community. So she understands, you know, business in general, and she also understands the community very well. So, and you know, so obviously does Doug and the other ladies. But I mean, it's everybody has a different talent that we're bringing to the table, you know, and we complement each other for sure.
Oh, well, that's key, right? That's key to success,
It
is
is.
building on everybody else's strengths and not focusing on everybody's weaknesses. And you know
Exactly.
what? That's, you know, International Women's Day. Let's celebrate our strengths.
Yeah.
Let's bring all these strengths to the table and build our communities. I think that women should be celebrated in that very specific way, that we can build our communities, we can provide really great new initiatives for our communities because we have all these talents that we can team up and join together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Laurie, this
Yeah.
has been such a great time with you. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks. Thanks for asking me.
So, do you have anything that you would like to say before we sign off here and we try and post this?
Well, what we're trying to do in the very short term is once we get sort of over this COVID hurdle, we're going to introduce programming to the house, and that will be our first step. And so we will do things like grief counseling at the home. So even before we have the beds operational, we'll have some hospice activity going on there. So we're hoping, I mean, who knows, right? It could be 6 months, it could be 9 months. It could be a year, but we had it all ready to go for a May timeframe, May 2020, and of course had to put it on hold. But I want to thank you, Linda, for your time today and for asking me to be part of this wonderful initiative. And I am very supportive of the ladies that I work with. I love them dearly too, and you know, and all the men. There's a lot of men too, but I mean,
Right.
you know,
Sure.
the ladies that are on our team have done an amazing job at getting us to where we are now.
Thank you, Laurie. And if anybody wants to donate or they want to talk to you some more about that, how would they get a hold of you?
So we do have a web page, and it's Hospice Norwood, and there is a donate now button right on the web page, or they could contact any one of the directors I mentioned earlier, and you know, we could look after that for them. So
I'll try and hook that up with our International Women's Day page too. So maybe people could donate if they have the opportunity. That would be a wonderful
yeah,
celebration of women. So
yes.
let's see if we can get some people out there to do a little bit of a donation for our Hospice Norwood.
Okay.
And I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Thanks,
Bye.
Laurie.
Thanks.
Have a wonderful
Thank
day.
you.
Thanks for doing this. Bye, everybody.